rookie tier today, thanks to our good friend Tim Bartlett, who I hope doesn't mind me identifying him. But Tim is a well traveled member of our community and has participated in the all of the breaks we've done, which is only two, but still. Often joins for the live chats, so he has very generously allowed me to open these products on the air, both of which are 2018 basketball and therefore may contain Luka Doncic cards. So we're going to call this LukaMania 3, or maybe Mini LukaMania. And crack into these and hopefully pull a Luke out of here. If anybody else would like to have me open things in a video, please just mention it in the comments to your order, and I will attempt to do so. So, I kind of zoomed out so we could see a little better, but I'm going to zoom back in now. Alright, and then I'm going to do some reps. I haven't done reps on air for a while. I've been kind of eating these just for my own enjoyment, but do some reps for the occasion. So I have never opened regular threads. I've opened a couple of the Threads premium boxes, but those are kind of wacky because like every card in there is an insert basically. It's like every card is numbered, super shiny, but the regular Thread set is a bit different. And these blasters have 3 exclusive rookie icon cards. And looks like quite a number of possible inserts. Look for signage and rookie signatures, gold parallels to 25. So I'm really interested to open this because I've had just 2 of these for probably a year or more, and never opened any. So thanks to Tim for giving us a chance to dig in here. This should be fun. I also, I've seen the Luka card that's in here, and I think it's a pretty good looking card of his. There you have it. That's 7 packs. Yep. Beautiful. See if we see any thick ones. I think this one on the bottom, if anything, is thicker, but it might just be because it's not been compressed. So, alright, well, here's to you, Tim. Hope we get 15 Lukas out of these 2 boxes. So here we go. Here's the base Threads card design. Trevor Ariza. Here's our first rookie, Josh Okogie. So they have kind of the image of the jersey, hence the name Threads. These cards are looking real sharp. There's what you want, nice. Giannis, base card, decently centered. I wouldn't say perfect. Alright. nice. That's not bad. Anthony Davis. Parallel. I don't know what they call these. Oh wow, and a Giannis parallel to boot. I'm gonna start to sleeve the cards that I want to sleeve that I think deserve the sleeving. You know, sorry. So yeah, these are some pretty nice Giannis cards coming out of here. You know, and the condition on these looks very sharp. So I'm gonna put Kyrie in a sleeve. Put the Giannis base in a sleeve. So you know, if you got a PSA 10 on these, who knows? It could be worth $40 with the market the way it is today. Of course, you can be waiting 450 years. I'm starting to get a little anxious, guys, about the some of the submissions that I have out to PSA right now. The one, which is a 100-card personal submission that I sent through PC Sports Cards that I've mentioned here before as a good group submitter. It's now been, I think, over 6 months. No, I think it actually would be 6 months, like a little bit later in December. But you know, that's not great because, like, the last submission I sent myself, I got back in 6 months. So if I'm sending to this third party and they're not getting any better results, then like, what's the point? It would be a lot more efficient for me to. There's a decent card, Kawhi, to submit directly. So yeah, I'm not very pleased with how that's going. But you know, it was an experiment. Ooh, we got a rookie card parallel coming up. It looks like a nick though, so that's never good. In 2018 cards, anyways. Josh Richardson and Kevin Knox. So yeah, I was figuring it would be him, and Jimmy Buckets right there. Eric Bledsoe. I'm really enjoying these cards though, I gotta say. So this is nicely centered. There's like maybe a little bit of a scratch in the upper right corner. You know, I can't tell if that's a scratch or if it's... No, it's not scratch. It was just one of these little dots that was kind of, I don't know, weirdly bent by the printing process. So that's looking pretty sharp. Cool card there. Some people think he's got a shot at doing something in the league. Just gonna say, so, like, you know, there's only 3 cards. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed these. But there's only like about half of these cards that we're not sleeving, which is pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards we've pulled that are sleevable. So we're getting some pretty good stuff out of here, I'd say, so far. Nothing to write home about just yet. But all you need is that kind of base. Luka or Trey, maybe Jaren Jackson Jr. And, you know, you're halfway home if they're in sharp condition. Alright, Paul George. DeAndre Jordan. Steve Nash, shoot to thrill. Okay. And alright, not bad. Jaylen Brown, as we've talked about on this show before, and then Miles Turner. Jaylen Brown had a really nice playoff run, I should say. By the way, interesting things happening in basketball. There's been a fair number of moves. I haven't really studied up on them so far, but I've just been seeing, you know, news reports on transactions that are pretty big. So that's interesting looking card there. Thought it was gonna be like a black parallel, but it's just one of those regular parallels, but it's on a subset card that happens to have a black background. Alright, Jimmy Buckets, Jamal Murray, all the guys who are you know, had really good postseasons, it seems. Lonnie Walker, I believe was Wasn't he one of the guys that was traded recently? I feel like I remember that. So, oh wow, look at this. Unfortunately, it's the wrong Curry. Dang. But this is actually a rarer than base parallel. It's 8 to 10. I think it's a gold. Seth Curry shoot to thrill. Bottom left corner is unfortunately a little bit dinged up there. So that was kind of almost an awesome. I thought that was going to be Steph Curry. Then that would have been a really nice card. But we'll take a number to 10 parallel any day of the week, guys. Alright, 2 more packs for this box. It's always nice when you get a low numbered parallel in a retail product, you know. Speaking of which, you know, we opened in the last break that I did, we opened some. There were some 2019 Prism retail packs in there, and we pulled a pink Pulsar that's numbered to like something low, like 40 something. Yeah, I was reading later that those pink Pulsars are exclusive to that specific like retail boxes of that product. So I didn't know that when I opened it. Kyle Korver, shoot to thrill base, and I was hoping it was going to be James Harden. In motion, just a base parallel there. I don't know what they call that still, but. And DeMar DeRozan. So not bad. So James Harden is one of the guys actually who is like one of the biggest subjects of trade rumors. Seems to be unhappy with his current situation, so. Alright, Bradley Beal. I see something that's the right color coming up. D'Angelo Russell in the next card. Yes! Ha-ha! Bing, 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 bing. Alright, let's take a quick look here, guys. The centering is dead on with this card. You know, the bottom edge looks a little bit like kind of just from the, you know, cutting process, like it might have a little bit. I'm not going to touch it, but like you could smooth that over probably and it might go away. But other than that, this thing looks awful, awful tasty. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors real quick. Okay, might have to travel just a minute. So I just clipped off the corner of this sleeve so we can get this in. Minimal. That is a beautiful card. And I'm super happy for Tim that we got that, because if we, you know, the odds of getting something out of hoops are pretty low, or of getting the Luka out of hoops are pretty low just because it's a big set. Oh, nice. Donovan Mitchell, second year card. I'll put this Kyrie away too. So, there you go. Looks like I picked the right box. I only had 2 of them, so there wasn't much decision making. But I always worry, you know, that when I do a video for somebody, that I'm going to pick the wrong box. So I think we've got everything sleeved that I want sleeved. We got a number to 10, and we got a very beautiful Luka rookie. All right, I am going to grab a top loader because I don't want to take any risks. Just a minute. Okay, so weird. So. Perfect. There. Beautiful. Beautiful. Super excited to pull that. So, very cool. You know, if that grades a PSA 10 in my views, it's got a decent shot at it. I would guess it's probably worth at least $100, but I have not looked those up. All right, so congrats, Tim, on that. Now let's get another one. Let's get a blue parallel. This hoops box is the second one I've pulled from a case of 20. So this case is still pretty, untouched. Eleven packs. All right. Serge Ibaka, Kyrie, Denzel Valentine, Sean Livingston, KAT, Karl Anthony Towns, Lights, Camera, Action, DeMontis Sabonis. That kind of sounds like Mantis Toboggan from Always Sunny. Dr. Mantis Toboggan. Yeah, I'm especially grateful to Tim for ordering these and allowing me to do a video because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do for my next video. And this is some pretty classy stuff to be doing. Beautiful, beautiful. Michael Porter. Top left corner looks maybe a little soft. Otherwise, this looks real sharp. And not a bad parallel to get there. Kyrie, that's a blue. It looks like blue and like green, but I don't know if there is such a thing. That's just a blue. So a pretty good pack there. Julius Randle, Paul Millsap, Dwight Howard. Evan Turner, J.J. Barea, Hamidou Diallo, D'Anthony Melton, Jerome Robinson, class of 2018, Kemba Walker, Jonathan Simmons, and Jonathan Isaac. So, if I'm not mistaken, the NBA season is supposed to start in December. I don't know if they've picked a date. I actually don't even know if they've confirmed that it's starting in December. I remember that date, or the month being floated, but I have not seen many details since then. And I've got to say that I think the COVID situation, especially when you look at what's happening in the NFL right now, which is a lot of games being canceled, a lot of outbreaks happening that are really effing up the schedule, and just the fact that, we are at all-time highs for infections, deaths, hospitalizations, pretty much everything. I have to believe that the NBA is kind of taking things, day by day. Oh, we got something. Oh, I thought it was going to be backwards. Not backwards, but that's a really nice base. Really nice base. Giannis. Lots of good Giannis coming out of here. Out of these boxes. Oh, Wendell Carter Jr., he's one of the guys I've been seeing in the last just week. A lot of people, getting noisy about saying they're, pretty bullish on him. So fun to get one of his rookies. Marvin Bagley Jr., the third, is a decent rookie out of this class. So some pretty good stuff here. Anthony Davis. So yeah, I don't know what the plan is for the NBA. They did really well with their playoff bubble, but that's obviously something that's much harder to pull off for a full season. I don't know why I have 15 stacks going here, but I do. these are my commons over here. Boom. Tim's commons, I should say. These are the sleevable cards. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with the NBA. I mean, honestly, I think, if they have to shut down the NFL or like take a month off of the NFL or something like that, it does not bode well at all for basketball. And perhaps rightfully so, because, when we are Svi Michaeliak is probably the only rookie I won't sleeve. But De'Aaron Fox. When things are, I mean, we're, right now we're in the worst of the worst in our country in terms of all these metrics. And, considering that they shut down pretty much like everything before, you have to think that in some states are doing, pretty close to full shutdowns. Shaq. You gotta think that, there's a nice Marvin Bagley subset card. You gotta think that, the NBA is gonna be impacted by all this, and, there's smart cats running that show, so I'm sure they're not gonna just do anything completely insane. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of like wondering if baseball is going to have a regular season. I mean, they would start to get going on spring training in March. And that feels like a really long... Oh, that's a nice card. That's a really nice card. These subset cards of LeBron are really quite valuable when they're in his Lakers jersey. So this one looks sharp. Corners look sharp. Bottom edge looks a little bit slicey-dicey from the cutting. But this is a card where if you had this graded well, I imagine it would have pretty significant upside post-grading PSA 10. Okay. So, yeah, this is definitely probably the best, second best card we've gotten. Yeah, pretty much anything that's like a subset or a parallel of LeBron in his Lakers jersey is very high value when graded PSA 10. And when you're pulling stuff right out of the pack, you gotta imagine you got a pretty solid shot. Oh, wowza. Alright, let me see. I feel like there's some white flecks on there that look like maybe dust. I am gonna take just a quick swipe at that to make sure it's not something more than dust, but we will soon find out. I'm just gonna go like this. Yeah, so, okay, they came off, they're dust. So yeah, there's a little bit of dust on here, just, piece of paper from the cutting process. Whoa. And this looks like it might be a little off-centered. These ones are really hard to tell because they're sort of made to be off-centered. So you look at the back and there's a little bit more on that border than this one, so this border is bigger. And so that's kind of what, this looks like. Like this border is supposed to be bigger than that one, but it's not supposed to be this much bigger. So I gotta say, Tim, you did really well here. Because honestly, the base Luka is enough to certainly pay for the box. This card, I think, if you get a PSA 10, and I think the centering is a problem here. So, but I will say this card, I think you have more leeway on the centering than a lot of other of his cards, like hoops. I'm sorry, of non-hoops cards that have a regular size border all around. So, you got a shot. I would send this in because even a PSA 9 is going to be worth more than raw. And there's probably not many other issues with this because it came right out of the pack. Normally I'm worried about, Tim, I know you know all this, but I'm saying this for the other folks who don't grade. But, normally I think the biggest concern for me oftentimes is surface because, once a card's out of a pack and you didn't pull it, like you have no effing idea where that thing's been. So all sorts of nasty things can happen to the surface, little scratches and, you know, dimples and whatever. And I think that's the biggest risk when you're getting cards that, you know, you didn't pull from a pack. But when you pull them from a pack, or you watched somebody pull them from a pack on a video, you're pretty sure that the damage to the surface, at least, was minimal. You know, it's just whatever comes from the factory. But, you know, pulling cards and storing them in monster boxes and just handling them, you know, all brings a risk of damaging the surface. So it's nice to pull things yourself. And we did get a parallel. This, I can't, let's see. I wanted to see if this is a guaranteed hit or not. Yeah, okay, so this is a guaranteed hit. So it's one auto or memorabilia. We have a memorabilia card, which is like 9 times out of 10 what you get. So we will see what that is. Dirk Nowitzki, PJ Tucker, Chandler Hutchinson, and our patch card is a rookie, so that's cool. Jordan Bell, and a really nice looking Pulse, Kyle Lowry, Bogdan, Antoine, Jamal Murray. So yeah, we're getting some fun stuff. But yeah, to get 2 like 2018 blasters and pull Lukas out of both of them is pretty nice luck. So let that be a lesson to you guys. If you order stuff and have me break it, you might get a little extra luck. I don't know, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. But I gotta say, this is about as good as you can expect. Also, to get that really nice LeBron, Malcolm Brogdon. Again, if you can pay for your box with, you know, 2 to 3 cards, if they grade PSA 10 and it looks like they, you know, have a decent chance at it, you're really rocking and rolling. Unfortunately, we haven't got anybody good in these parallels, these blue parallels, which is kind of a bummer. Ooh, Devontae Graham. So I think Devontae Graham was one of the other guys that got traded. Either that or he got injured, but I can't remember which. But I know he's a guy that a lot of people were excited about, and, you know, looking to maybe invest in this off season. I'll just look at the centering here. You can see the border is a bit thicker on this Devontae. Again, hard to know what, you know, perfect centering looks like on these hoops cards. Alright, last pack, here we go. Let's get another Luka. Actually, what we want is Trae Young. And a purple D'Angelo Russell. I think, is this going to be numbered? No, it's not. Chandler Parsons, Dwayne Wade, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Alright, well, let's take a little recap, guys. That was fun. That was really cool. So, there you go. Doesn't get much better than this, except parallels, but, like, you know, in retail stuff, you're just not gonna get parallels all that much of the top guys. So getting base, particularly when it's Luka, whose base is, I was gonna say, if this is PSA 10, I think these are up to like $300 or so, and they're gonna go higher than that. Because you look at like a PSA 10 hoops rookie of Giannis, and like at the peak of the market, like those were like $1,000. I think they're now, you know, like $600-700, but there's a scratch on the case. Don't worry, it's not on the card. Anyways, these are really cool. I would love to have both of these cards, because I don't think I have either of these cards in my collection right now. But what I'd really love is for those to go PSA and get 10s, and then probably third best card out of here would be this really nice looking, a little piece of something in there. I feel like I want to get out. It's on the top loader. But this is a really nice looking card. I would send this in too, because I can see the border here. Looks really nicely centered. Corners look sharp. Surface is going to be clean. The other thing with hoops and with threads, like the surface is much less likely to have scratches than something like a high-class card like Prism or Select. So that's another fun thing about opening these, like, non-shiny sets. I've got a few cards I want to sleeve up here from this stack. And then you've got some decent base Giannis cards. Well, this was indeed LukaMania, wasn't it? I don't even think I'm going to call it LukaMania or something like that. I'm going to call it LukaMania 3, and then I would say this is probably the fourth best card in here. In fact, I'm going to put this in a little bit of a top loader. Piece of dust out of there. Because I think that the corner, top corner on this is looking a little bit maybe like it's not perfect. But yeah, it's something you'd have to look. Oops, these are comments. Okay. Actually, I think these two I was going to sleeve, but not the rest. And these are the threads ones. That numbered Seth Curry. Other than that, Giannis base is probably actually this subset is probably the best card. Other than this is actually potential. Would have loved to have gotten one of these of Luka, but let's not get greedy, folks. So there you have it. We'll package all this up real nice. Send her off to Tim. He'll get those cards graded. And in sometime around the year 2050, PSA will come back with a bunch of PSA 10s for him. At which point, Luka will be retired for 30 years in the Hall of Fame. And the base hoops will be worth $50,000 in PSA 10, and this one will be worth $40,000. That's my prediction. All right, well, that was a really fun video, Tim. Thanks again for hooking us up with that. I'm glad we scored for you. We will get these off in the mail tomorrow morning. And if anybody else would like to have a personal break like that on a pre-recorded video, please let me. As you can see, we're pretty honest. I'm pretty honest. I keep saying we like I'm running the Sears Corporation or something, but it's just me. Yeah, I would love to do more personal breaks, and it lets me do some fun content without having to like eat the price of the boxes, which is kind of a grind after a while. The other thing I wanted to say is, we still have 12 spots left of the premium basketball break, and I'd love to get into those cards. So if you want to spend $150 and have a chance to get some really sweet Lukas and some sweet Ja Morants and Zion Williamsons, please join that break, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. So there you go. LukaMania 3. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We will catch you all later.